How's it going, everybody? I'd like to introduce you to my new to me 1994 Chevrolet Corvette Copper Metallic Z07. I recently, a few months ago, sold the Beast Mode Volvo, the Turbo LS Volvo, and so my replacement car was something that I've wanted for quite some time. I've been a Corvette. I've been a lifelong Corvette since my wee years. My dad, first Corvette we had in the family was a 1970 LS5, and then after that we went to a 1975 L48, and just my whole life I just wanted a Corvette. And so I finally decided that, you know, my midlife crisis, it's time to go ahead and get one before I can't get out of it any longer. But this is it. So it's a 1994 Corvette. Again, it's the Copper Metallic. It's a LT1 ZF6 6-speed transmission, Z07 suspension package. So the unique thing about these cars is they only made 116 Corvettes in the Copper Metallic color in 1994 due to a paint malfunction, a paint mismatch, which I'll show you some of these panels here in a little bit. But after about 6 days worth of production and only 116 cars in, GM pulled the plug on it. So this one is actually one of one. It is the only Copper Metallic Z07 6-speed car that was built. I picked it up back in early May from Arizona. Flew from Florida to Arizona and drove it home 2,300 miles. Pretty much sight unseen, except for some pictures and a few videos from the prior owner. The car does have currently 265,000 miles on it. When I bought it, had right at 263 or a little bit under 263. It's absolutely all stock, except for the wheels themselves have been kind of color matched on the vents to the Copper Metallic. But outside of that, everything on the car is stock from GM. So the Bilstein shocks have been rebuilt one time, but they are still the shocks that were delivered on the car. A number of the items that normally wear out on these cars have been replaced over the years. The OptiSpark, the rear main seal's been done, the AC system's brand new, the complete cooling system has been replaced within the last 12 months. So the car had absolutely been very well taken care of, obviously, since all these miles. Doesn't burn oil, doesn't leak oil. I've had it up on my lift. There are no wet spots underneath the car from any fluids at all. So it's just really in great shape, especially you can see the shine on the paint for having a 250,000 miles on it. While it was garage kept, it did sit out in the Arizona sun for 260,000 miles. So it's actually held up very good. I'm very happy with it. So the interior is a little bit tired, as you can imagine. Some plastic parts that I'm going to have to, track down and replace over time. But quick walk around the car here. So you can tell right here, you can see a little bit of mismatch on the rear fascia compared to the rest of the car. If you look up here at the top on the hinge cover, it's a little bit different. If I get in nice and close, you can actually see the outline on how the flake laid down kind of funny on that. So I've seen some cars that are way worse than this one, and I've seen some cars that are way prettier than this one, or way more even than this one. The front valance has a little bit of a mismatch too. It's kind of hard to tell, maybe in the video shot here, but in person you can see it. The first owner, so I'm the third owner of the car. The first owner owned it for about 20,000 miles, and he was the one that added the painted on pinstriping, or had it put on. Kind of stylish, kind of period correct for back in the day. Had a cool little Z07 put on there. The Corvette name's been outlined there. The gills on the side have a little bit of pinstriping to them. But I like it. And like I said, it's kind of period correct, color correct for back in the 90s. It works, looks good. So the car runs and drives spectacular. The suspension is a little bit on the tired side, so it's going to be getting, some rebuilt shocks again, some upgraded bushings. But that's about it. I might lower the car a few inches. My plan is to, try to autocross a little bit, track day, and mainly just go to some cruising. So some of the wear items, you can see the weather stripping needs to be replaced. It does leak in a few spots, and that is very common with these cars. But weather strip kit we'll fix that right up. So let me open the door here. So quick shot of the interior. You can see I got one little hole on the seat. The bolster's a little bit on the tired side, but nothing's really burned through anywhere else. So I do have some new seat foam for it, and I might just go ahead and buy new seat leathers. But I'm going to try to, you know, kind of restore these up a little bit and see if I can make them last a little bit longer. But not the end of the world. I've done some upholstery before in the past, so if I've got to take care of that, I will. The center console lid was cracked and broken in about 9 pieces, so I've got that off right now. I tried to plastic weld it a little bit, but that's not working out like I want it to. So I'm trying to source a parts car to grab that from, as well as the passenger door pocket that was all curled up. So I've got to get another one of those. The dashboard has a dash carpet on it. The actual dash pad itself does have a slight curl in it, right up at the leading edge of the windshield. So one of these days I'll get around to fixing that too. So it's just a, you know, a resto in process, as was most of these cars are. So, but this pocket's good on this side. So, but again, all the electronics work great. Air conditioner, the complete AC system is brand new in this car as of about maybe 12 months ago. So get the key on here so I can show you the mileage. Here we go. 265, 836 right now. So yep, so all those miles, and it still, like I said, it doesn't leak a drop of oil, doesn't burn oil. I'm going to be taking it to the dyno one of these days real soon here to see what a 250,000 mile motor will do. So the headliner's a little bit saggy, which from what I've been reading, that's kind of common. The sun visors are deader than a brick, but that's just the thing when you're buying a 30-year-old car. So underneath the hood here, I'll pop this real quick. I've been doing some cleaning up under there. Not that it was real dirty. It only rains about 1 inch a year in Arizona, so this car never really been in the rain. So it's it's real clean underneath, real nice. No leaks on that engine. So about the Z07 suspension kit on this car, like I said, this was the only 6-speed car in this color that was delivered with the Z07 suspension package. And basically what that entails, it does have the FX3 ride control kit on it. It does have the J55 brake upgrade, but what it also has, what makes it unique, is that it has 17 by 9.5 inch rims all the way around on all 4 corners, factory outfitted with a 275 millimeter rubber, and it also has a higher or a stiffer spring rate front and rear, which was exclusive only to that suspension package. And lastly, the even like the control arm bushings were stiffer on this car than they were on the standard or non-Z07 optioned vehicle. So it does have a power steering cooler, oil cooler for tracking purposes. That all came from the factory as well. So but that's it. So this is my replacement for the Turbo LS Volvo. Not near as fast, I knew it wouldn't be, but definitely a fun car. It's just been a lifelong dream of mine to own a Corvette, and I finally got a pretty unique one. I'm pretty happy with it. So love to hear your thoughts and comments on it. If you want to give me a good word or a bad word or whatever, I'd like to hear it from everybody. So hope you enjoy the video, and stay tuned for a dyno video. Hopefully we'll get that up soon.